Coleman, I know you guys feel good about making the NCAA tournament. What are the stakes for you this weekend in the Big Ten tournament?
Yeah, obviously we have a chance to go out and win the Big Ten tournament. I feel pretty good about our chances. I think we're in a pretty good space right now. I think we're playing well. Still got a few things to clean up, but I think we're in a good space to where we have the opportunity to definitely go out and do something big. So I feel pretty confident.
Seems like we've seen defensively you guys have played better in the last few games. Like, what do you think is behind that? What can that do for you to pair that with what you've done offensively?
I think just playing with a little bit more intensity. I think sometimes we get a little relaxed, especially on the ball when regarding the ball. But I think we've been a little bit more dialed in, and then I think our communication has been a little bit better as well. But like I said, we still got a lot of things to clean up, and yeah, we'll see. These next few days what practice is going to be like, and what coach is going to want to emphasize on, and we'll get better from there. So.
Offensively, just to have the options. It seems like you guys have three guys who can put up a lot and a lot of role players around you. Like, what's that do for you? And in terms of maybe don't have, if you have an off night, one of you three, like, still aren't totally screwed because you have two other guys who can do it like that.
Yeah, no, I think sometimes it's a little relief because I think a lot of times we go to Marcus and TJ when we're running our sets, but a lot of times when those sets break down, there's me and Quincy and Ty who kind of can create shots for our own as well. People off the bench who can create shots. Dane's very skilled in his post-up, so yeah, there's a lot of guys that can go out and score at any time, and I'm not worried too much about our offense. I think our offense will be good as long as we continue to move the ball and then get stops and get out in transition as well. So.
It's going to be Iowa State. Do you have a preference? Is there one of those teams that you want to shot at more than the other team?
I'll say no, but I'll keep my answer in my head.
The transfer portal obviously makes it a lot easier than it used to be for guys to move. A lot of guys taking advantage of that on this team. How different is this Illinois team without the transfer portal?
I think we're different because we're just older. I think everyone is a little bit more bought in. I don't think we have to be taught as much. I think we just get stuff easier. It's easier to get through like practice. It's not really frustrating because we don't have to spend like a lot of time on the same thing and repeating ourselves. But no, I think this group has been pretty good, and I think we did a really good job of fishing people out in the transfer portal. And yeah, we got a good group. So.
Once he had that stretch of games where it was like double-double every night, you have another one on Sunday. What difference does it make when he's maybe doing all the things that he does?
Yeah, I mean, when he's hitting threes and rebounding the way he does, because he's super athletic, it helps us out a lot. It makes me shoot the ball more confidently because I think if I miss, then him and Ty are going to get the rebound, and securing those defensive rebounds, we're able to get out in transition, which we did pretty well in that first half against Iowa. So when he's doing those things, it brings our team to a whole different level for sure.
Last year, Coleman, at this time, we talked about y'all's defensive team. You and Coach had some thoughts, and how would you make your case for that, or how would you have made your case for that this year?
This year, I mean, I was guarding bigs. There's no bigs in our league that could shoot besides Rink Mass. So half the time I was in the paint the whole time. If we were able to switch 1 through 5, I think I'd be able to showcase my defensive skills more, which we did a little bit more in the first half this season. We kind of really haven't gone to it. But yeah, half the time I'm just down there. They're really quick to call fouls, so when you see guys get jump hooks in there, it's because all I can do is wall up and not be really aggressive. I wish I could be more aggressive, but they're quick to call fouls, and I feel like I'm an important piece And if I get 2 fouls in the first half and have to sit out the whole first half, then it just messes with me mentally, and it's not very good for our team. So I wish I was able to guard a little bit more than what I could. And I will say, I think I'm a better shot blocker than what I've been this year. I think my knee has limited that a little bit, especially on my timing of just jumps and everything. And athleticism itself, I felt like I was grounded a lot this year. But I definitely think if we were switching 1 through 5 and I was, my knee wasn't the way it was, I think I would have easily been Defensive Player of the Year. For sure.
Along those lines, what's it mean that you're getting some help from Dane to guarding the rim, especially in the last game against Oregon?
Yeah, no, I think me and Dane could play together. I want to see me and Dane play more. I like guarding forwards and being able to switch on the guards. I feel like I can come and block shots a little bit more rather than worrying about going to block a shot and my guy getting an offensive rebound. But no, I definitely like when me and Dane are on the floor together. It kind of gives me a little sigh of relief because, teams, like I said, teams throw the ball down there. All I can do is wall up and hope they miss and I don't get a foul. So whenever he's in, I feel a little bit more secure. So.
Terrence really well. How have you seen him go through the last 2 months just since the suspension? Has it been difficult? Just from your perspective, what did you see? I think it was easy to tell. It wasn't easy for him to just get right back out there and make an impact right away. He kind of had to ease into it, but I think he's done a pretty good job getting back out there and playing at his pace and doing the things he does well, which is getting out in transition, bringing speed and defensive intensity. So I think he's done a pretty good job of getting back into it and playing really hard for us. So.
Coleman, this probably should have been a senior night question, but is this your last ride? I know you got a COVID year if you want it, depending on circumstance. Have you thought at all about that?
I don't know, honestly. I couldn't give you an answer right now. I think my biggest focus is probably just winning this tournament and then moving on to the NCAA tournament. I haven't really put any thought into it for real. So, yeah.
One more about Terrence and transition. Like, you get a defensive rebound, how quickly do you try to identify where he's at, and how different is he in transition than maybe other guys? You've been on a lot of really talented teams, but to have him in that role.
Yeah, usually when I get it, I look up immediately. I'm a willing passer. And whoever it is, I'll pitch it ahead. But, usually when I do see Terrence, I try to get him the ball as soon as possible. And then he's really strong and super fast. So when he does get to the rim, he has that change in direction that's so quick. And that extra speed coming straight at you it's hard to guard because, a lot of teams are backpedaling. They're trying to get back and they're worried about protecting the basket. And yeah, it's just difficult for teams to stop him because he's so strong and he finishes so well. So a lot of teams end up fouling him as well, and he's a good free throw shooter. So.